Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the movie pod, The Last of Us, episode 4. Released today. It was a good 45 minutes long.
One of the shorter ones, actually.
Yeah, I think it is the shortest one we've got. 45 minutes. For me though, it felt very long. Okay, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed this episode. It definitely is my least favorite episode out of the 4 we've got so far. But I still enjoyed it. It was a good episode.
I thought it was great. I mean, I really like Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. So, and I've always said from the start they have great chemistry.
Yeah,
And this
they have.
episode just kind of expands on it.
Yeah.
Like, it is a slower episode. It doesn't have as much
Action.
heartbreak
moments.
or action or
Yeah.
anything like that. But it just the world. We learn more about it. They go to Kansas. They're traveling. We learn more about Joel. We learn more about Ellie. We learn more about Tommy.
Yeah.
Everything. It's just a really good character development episode. And yes, I understand people might not like that, but I thought it was really good.
I definitely agree with you that the character development within this episode was great. 10 out of 10 for the character development in this episode. But yeah, it wasn't, as you said, it wasn't action packed. It didn't have any of those heartbreaking moments. It wasn't as intense as the last 3 have been, which is okay. You got to have those episodes where they build up the characters, they build up the world, give backstory to characters, character development. And I thought they did that very well in this episode. This episode was shot very well as well. It was really slow, and I'm not a big fan of slow movies or slow TV shows, and that's exactly why I didn't like Andor. I said the same thing for Andor, and because Andor was slow, and I say Andor was shot beautifully. It was a well-written show, just very slow. That's why I didn't like it. And that goes the same for this episode. Although, I don't want to say I didn't like this episode of The Last of Us, but it definitely is my least favorite so far. It just didn't have the action, intense moments, as I said, and I'm not a big fan of slow stuff. But otherwise, it did a good job with the character development, with the world building, especially Tommy in that car ride with Ellie and Joel. Joel giving saying some words about Tommy. So it looks like we will see Tommy soon-ish if they can find him. I don't know how it goes in the video game, but we will see. This episode did introduce us to new characters, which was nice. Good world building. Now we had Brian, the person Ellie shot.
Poor O'Brien.
Sorry?
Poor O'Brien.
Poor O'Brien. Yeah, the person Ellie shot, and apparently it's not the first person Ellie shot. So that's very interesting. Hopefully, I'm sure they'll go into more of that. And yeah, the chemistry, as you said, between Joel and Ellie is really good. Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, still doing an amazing job. The whole thing is shot really well, acted really well, directed really well, written really well. The soundtrack, it's all really good. And I think this show, definitely overall, this show is going to be one of the best shows this year. We're obviously going to have those slow episodes where they need to do character development. They need world building. And that was that episode. And that's okay. But I understand TV and film need character development, need world building. I 100% understand that. But personally, I much rather the episodes when it's more intense. I'm not saying I don't like the world building character development, because learning about the backstory of characters can be really cool. And I think I'd rate this episode 7 out of 10, which is high, which is pretty high. That's above halfway, under perfection. It's 7 out of 10. It's solid. It was a solid episode. It was 10 out of 10 for character development and world building. But being slow, yeah. But I do understand you need character development. You need world building within movies and TV shows. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it being slow, but I enjoy character development, and I'm not worried either that it's just going to be filler.
Oh, there's no. Not
Bad
worried
Batch or
about
anything.
that at all.
It wasn't a filler episode.
No,
Like that's not how I see it.
no, I don't see it as a filler episode. I think it was an episode for character development, which it needed. You can't just get straight into the plot. Audience knows nothing about characters, nothing about the world we are watching. You need to build that up, and that's the beauty of filmmaking and TV shows, films, is you're along the journey with the characters. You know, you're building, you're growing with the characters, and I definitely understand that as someone who wants to make films. I definitely know you need to have that kind of stuff. Otherwise, audiences just won't feel connected to the character, and that's like the main thing is for the audience to feel connected to the characters in that world. And it did that very well this episode. It definitely did.
Yeah. So, do you want to run through the episode?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So we open with it with how last episode ended, where Joel and Ellie took Bill's truck.
Yes, they did with all their
Uh,
supplies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And they're on their way to Wyoming, as we predicted at the end of last episode. Last week's episode.
Oh yeah, I wasn't here for that episode. Totally forgot.
Oh
So,
yeah. It's good to be. It's good to
to
not
be
be alone.
back doing another Last of Us review. Yeah. I loved the last episode, by the way, guys. I think it top 2 favorite episodes of this season. I loved it. Just gonna get that out of the way. I absolutely really loved that episode. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. And yeah, so they're on their way to Wyoming, and we get a little back and forth between Ellie and Joel. It's kind of funny, like they're getting a lot closer now.
Mm.
You can really feel that, like they're
Yeah.
starting to actually care about each other, especially by the end of the episode.
Yeah,
They're really
they
like
can. They
caring
care
about
about each other. Yeah.
at the start. Joel says something about doing things for family, and then she goes, "I'm not family," and he goes, "No," but then he's like, "But Tess was like family, and I made her a promise." And then by the end of the episode, it feels like everything's changed. Like he teaches how to hold the gun and stuff, and it's all really
Very yeah. It was very
yeah.
good
There's
character development. Very very good, especially between the chemistry, between Joel and Ellie.
yeah. Funnily enough, like when they get to Kansas City and then they try to go around in through the city because it's blocked off the tunnel. So yeah, they're trying to go around, and then they get ambushed.
Yeah.
Which, funnily enough, I actually saw a TikTok of that thing last night. So I think people knew what was coming up.
Oh, like
But
the
instead,
video
in this
game.
show, yeah,
Right.
in this show, he actually just rams the guy, like, hits the guy that's like pretending to be injured.
Injured Brian. Was it Brian?
Yeah, it was a Henry.
Oh yeah.
No,
No.
as I thought that guy was Henry. So
Yeah, that whole time I was hella confused. So I thought Brian was Henry, and I know Henry and Sam are in the video game and they're like together or something. And like, but anyway, I know it's Brian now. We haven't seen Henry yet.
Yep.
We see Sam at the end of the episode, which we get into.
The very end of the episode.
Yeah. Like we were
Yeah,
texting
so
in the group
they
chat with our friends,
yeah.
and I had like 5 minutes to go, and Joseph said, "Yes, Sam's in it," and I'm like, "Where are you? I got 5 minutes left," and he's literally in the last 2 seconds.
Yeah. It was. I thought it was I think this episode just is setting up the next few.
I saw a lot of comments about that. I was reading a lot, about this episode, and yeah, people are saying it sets up episode 5 very, very well. And
Yeah.
I think I definitely agree. You know, Sam at the end there, obviously Joel and Ellie, what's gonna happen with them? Yeah, definitely very hyped for episode 5.
Yeah, and obviously Ellie shoots Brian in the back,
Yeah,
and this is a big moment for her because she's protecting Joel.
yeah, and that drives their relationship even further. Like that drives their chemistry between the two a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's when they really they start caring about each other.
Yeah.
Like they're saying a joke.
Yeah, when she's She keeps reading a book by Will
joke.
Livingston.
Yeah, the joke book. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been really she really enjoys that, and at the end of the episode, she finally makes him laugh
Yeah.
with the
Put her to bed.
what was the joke?
Was it the
Uh,
diarrhea one?
Yes.
So
Did you know diarrhea was hereditary? It runs in
yeah,
your genes.
it's in your genes. Like it runs through the genes.
Yeah.
And then she said it runs through your genes. Diarrhea.
Yeah. But and then finally makes Joe laugh. It's a nice moment, and then Sam kind of wakes him up, and he's holding a gun, and it's all.
So what the hell's gonna happen next? I don't know. I can't wait to play the video game after this show. I'm just ready to play it. I also really want to play part 2. It's very 50-50, so I really want to get my opinion on it. Part 2 is apparently so long, so...
It is. It's like I think it's like a 60-hour game.
Well, apparently they're splitting season...
Maybe 40.
Apparently when they make part 2 for the TV show, season 2 will be the first half of part 2, and then if it does well, season 3 will be the second half of part 2. But
for those who played the game, I assume we all know that part that'll be the end of that'll be the next the split. If you don't know, PewDiePie's least favorite part of the game. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. PewDiePie's least favorite part
of part 2.
Of part 2, I assume that will be the crossover.
I would say it's 70-30. Like 70% hate it, 30% like it, love it. So I'm very.
I've learned a lot of people like it a lot more because of the gameplay is incredible.
Yeah.
So
I bet it's still a good story. You know, I don't know why people don't like it. Don't tell me why, but I couldn't see the reasons. I know sequels aren't. You know, maybe it's continued on from part 1A, obviously. Like same storyline. Right?
It's another. Yeah. It's just a time jump.
Right.
I think 4 or 5 years because Ellie's like 18 now. I think.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
No, there's just a choice that they make. Like they do something, and a lot of people don't agree with it. That's all.
Okay, well, I'll definitely be playing it. They'll probably have the PS5 version out by then. They got the PS5 version out for part 1, which I have.
Pretty sure the PS5 version is out.
It is? Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure it came out as a PS5 version. I'll double check that.
The PS5 version for part 1, I know that's out. It was $130.
No, I mean part 2. Pretty sure part 2 is a PS5 game.
Yeah, okay.
I'm double checking that now.
Okay.
So yeah, I just checked. There isn't a part 2 on the PS5 version quite yet, but as you said, I assume they'll bring one out once.
Yeah, they'll definitely be
season 2 drops.
Definitely, I think they'll definitely be a PS5 version. I think they're working on one right now. But I have the PS5 version of part 1, and haven't played it yet. I'm waiting till it's over. The season 1's over, and then I'm gonna play it like straight away. Can't wait. Be hella interesting. To see what's different than part 2 every time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. It's $130.
Yeah, I know.
I've already had 2 copies of it, so it is a bit steep.
It is expensive, but it is what it is.
I mean, they're gonna make more money off it.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Yeah, graphics look insane. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's such a jump. It's so much more of a jump than what the PS3 to PS4 version was. Like this is an actual upgrade.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. But...
Exactly. Yeah, no, I overall, you know, episode 4 of The Last of Us, it was, recapping everything I said, you know, character development was great, world building, just very slow, but I give it a solid 7 out of 10. A very solid 7 out of 10, and I think episode 5, so episode 1, 10 out of 10, episode 2, 10 out of 10, episode 3, 10 out of 10, episode 4, 7 out of 10, that's good. Like, what did you give that episode out of 10? You're gonna
I
enjoy.
give it like a 9,
Yeah,
like
9
8.5 to a 9.
That's fair. That's totally fair. And I definitely probably should rate it higher. Higher. It's definitely more than a 7 out of 10. But personally, I love more intense stuff, and I understand why. They need character development. I understand that obviously, and yeah, it was a very solid episode, and also episode 3 of The Last of Us. Um, HBO went brave. They had that obviously with Bill and Frank, the gay relationship. Some
Yeah.
some people on IMBD, for episode 3 of The Last of Us, they botted it. They botted the system for episode 3 reviewing. They botted the reviewing system, and 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 botted 25,000 reviews to be 1 out of 10.
How pathetic.
I know. So it's the lowest. It's the lowest reviewed episode on IMDb, but that doesn't count. That doesn't
No.
count. It was a great episode, and I think episode 5 is going to be another 10 out of 10 episode. The end of episode 4 just then is really going to look like it's setting up something. So
Yeah, I
guys,
think the next 5 episodes will be just back to back to back
we
to
got
back
5
crazy.
to go. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I'm hella excited for this, for it to finish. To see what happens. Because obviously I haven't played the game. I don't know the story. And then I'll be playing the game, and then I'll be playing part 2. So that'll be fun. And then they're going to make season 2 and season 3 of part 2. And then they're going to make part 3 video game. And then time will just go on. So, apparently.
Yeah,
So.
I think if HBO are smart, they'll go on their own, and I really hope that they make their own kind of thing. Without spoiling anything for you, I assume most people who are watching The Last of Us know what happens in the
Part 2.
next
Did
part.
you like part 2?
I didn't play it because I knew the controversy behind it.
Did you? Do you like what happened behind the controversy? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
So it mustn't.
And you won't either.
Damn. Okay. I don't
We
know
need to
what.
ask our friend about it. We need to.
Yeah.
I haven't actually spoken to him about it.
It's his favorite game.
2.
Part 2 is his favorite game ever.
Yeah. It's like it is a very good story and it is very good gameplay, but it's just that one thing. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's a few things, but
because then there's all these people saying, "Oh, it's trash." This thing. Oh, yeah, like part 2. I see a lot of people saying they hate this particular thing. I'm like, and then you don't like it, but now other mate, he absolutely he loves the game over. Like he said, it's his. I'm pretty sure he's told me that it's his favorite game ever. His favorite video game. Say. I don't know.
I understand why it is people's, but just
Is it
I
that
need to play it
bad?
because it was at the time. I think once people played it because it's a story driven problem. It's nothing to do with the actual gameplay or anything. Because the gameplay apparently is like
Well,
top tier, like one of the best games
does it
you will
get
play.
boring or something like does drag out?
No, it's I won't go any further into it, but it is the way they went with it isn't loved. But I do, from what I have been told, like it is incredible. Like just the gameplay, the world,
Mm.
and some of the story. Like it has its thing. It has its problems, but a lot of it is also really good.
Mm. Okay.
So it's kind of it comes down to you really
Okay.
for a lot of it, but
Yeah. I'm excited to play part 2. I really want to know what the hell people don't like about it. I really want to get my own opinion on it.
yeah, no,
But
stay away from as much as you can. I want your raw reaction. I want my phone blowing up when
probably
you.
be for a while there. Because I gotta play
Yeah.
part 1. Who knows how long that'll take me, and then part 2.
Part 1 isn't that long. It's long, but it's not that long. It'll take you probably
When
about
does the thing happen in part 2? Don't tell me.
not that
Don't tell
far
me.
in.
Don't tell me. Because then it could give something away. If it happens at the end.
No, it's not good.
Okay, I was gonna say otherwise. Like, probably someone dies or something.
No, it's not at the end.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know, but I'll definitely play it. I might stream it. Stream it on the gaming channel. Be quite cool.
Oh, I'd actually watch that.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
stream
I
it
will watch
on
it.
the gaming pod. Yeah, the gaming pod. Yeah.
Actually,
Um,
I have been thinking about So I know we have the movie pod, but if I'm starting to do my own, would the fans like me? Because I watched a fair bit of other shows. I watched a lot of sitcoms. I watched a lot of TV. Like, I watched The Walking Dead, which is very big, and so there's. I've considered talking to you, and I just want to say this on while we're like recording, so that if anybody likes it, they can say, and we'll talk about it more. But yeah, I've thought about doing The Walking Dead. Talking to you about that, or just doing it by myself, because I know you haven't seen it.
Wait. What is it?
No, the show.
I haven't seen the show.
Yeah,
Like, do a review on it.
We'll just do like character rankings or season rankings or the good and the bad and stuff like that, because I've seen all of it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say it while we're on and in the kind of the zombie genre.
Yeah.
Or the infected genre, that
Yeah.
if anybody wants to, just
you're definitely free to
comment or message us, whatever.
I may watch it one day. I don't know. I honestly just never even tried to get into it. I just never popped into my mind. But no.
I do recommend it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I might. Oh, look. Guys, if you want Joseph to do that, be quite cool. Yeah, man, you're free to do that. Yeah.
And yeah, I'll also, if we do, decide to do get more popular on the gaming channel, like do more stuff in the gaming channel, I can do playthroughs for games that Isaac doesn't have or he doesn't want to play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just
Uncharted, if you want to play Uncharted again, because I'm not playing it.
What? Do you not like Uncharted?
It's not that I don't like it. I like the video games. They're alright. There's just too much of it. I don't like the evolution of the game.
There's 5.
I'm not playing 5 games for the Uncharted. Okay. I might play number 1. I'm not playing any more than that.
No, if you want to play any, play number 2. Number 1 is made in like 2006 and it's janky. Like I recently finished it probably about 2 months ago, like the end of last year. It is so janky because it's 2006, like early PS3 days.
Yeah.
The second one is probably the best. 3 is fun, but it's like long.
Like the last.
They have PS4.
Okay.
But not proper. The 4th one, it is very good as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, guys, there is a gaming channel where it used to be my gaming channel. I just changed the name. I haven't played much in there. I've only played Spider-Man. I'm in the middle of playing Spider-Man, which is so fun. Spider-Man on PS5.
What part are you up to?
I am up to. Where am I up to? I'm up to the bit. Oh, I can't get out of this place. He's in like Spider-Man has just like gone to this. It's like this big industrial area, and there's a big shed that he gets locked into, and he has to find his way out. Before he gets in there, he kills a bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of people. You have to be really quiet, otherwise missions failed, and you have to like kill them really stealthily. And then you go into this big tin shed, and then you have to try to get yourself out. And I can't get out. I'm literally stuck in there.
Pretty sure you have to use some kind of taser to short circuit something.
Yeah,
it
is that it? There's lots of short circuits, like circuit boards everywhere. But I've just been trying to like
you gotta use a special web.
I was low key. I have this all on stream as well. I was in there for I would say a good 30 to 40 minutes, crawling around the shed, and then I ended stream. I got freaking annoyed.
What a noob!
But hey, we got a good community over on the gaming channel, guys. So if you didn't know, I'll link it down below. I don't link it down below usually, so I'll link it down below now. We have a good community over there. I do get a few viewers per stream, and it's always a good chat. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up this episode before we get into stuff you guys don't care about. The Last of Us, I give it a 7 out of 10. Very good character development, world building, just not enough action, which is totally fine. I understand why. They need to do character development, they need to do world building. They need to connect the audience with the characters. That's the very good writing, very very good directing, very good acting, very good at everything. Joseph, you rate it what, 9 out of 10, 8.5?
Yeah, somewhere between there.
Yeah. Well, guys, let us know what you guys thought. Did you like it? You're on Joseph's side with this. You're on my side with it. I definitely understand. Why this episode needed to be done. It was very good. And yeah, guys, let us know. And we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Movie Pod. It'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're in February now, so obviously no daily episodes. But tomorrow, Bad Batch episode 7 and 8 predictions, mid-season predictions. And then Wednesday, we'll have our Bad Batch 7 8 review. Very hyped for that. But yeah, guys, subscribe, follow, turn that bell on. So you get notified every time we upload a new episode. You know, give us a rating, give us a like. It all helps us out a lot. My Instagram is down below. The podcast Instagram is down below. Joseph's Instagram is down below. The gaming channel is down below. All our important links are down below. So check out the description box. And we will see you in the next episode of the Movie Pod. Bye-bye.
See ya.